So since it is now summer, a lot of people are going to be building their new computers. And with that process also comes buying a monitor. And I'm sure all of you want the most high-end monitor you can get, but monitors like that can cost upwards of $500 to even $1,000. And for most people, that's just not realistic. Some people might not be able to afford that, and some others just might not be willing to spend that much money on their computer setup. So for the people that don't have the money or are not willing to spend that much, this list is for you. Now, I've made a list of the best monitors for the best price before, but I've never made a list quite like this. So without further ado, hey guys, this is Nick, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the top 5 monitors you can buy right now that are under $250. So first off, getting right into it, if you want to save as much money as possible, we have the HP 23.8-inch IPS monitor for about $100. Now, the HP has all the necessities that most people need. It's 1080p, so it's nothing crazy, but it's good enough for most people. It's an IPS monitor, so that ensures good viewing angles, and it has built-in speakers. They won't be the best thing in the world, but they will suffice. It also has a tilt stand and is VESA wall mount compatible. It has extremely thin bezel, so it looks really nice. But the downsides to getting this monitor it has no G-Sync, so gameplay won't be as smooth. It is the standard 60 Hz refresh rate, so it's not that great for gaming, and it's normal 1080p. So if you want to game at a higher resolution, you need to look elsewhere. However, even with all of that, gaming on this monitor should be a great experience if you can live with some of the compromises that you're making. Again, you can buy this monitor for $100 on Amazon. If you'd like something a little more expensive with some better features but nothing too crazy, then the Asus 24-inch Full HD monitor is for you. Asus has some extra features that the HP does not have, but still manages to keep it cheap at about $150. It once again has IPS that ensures good viewing angles, it has built-in speakers, and it has a tilt and height adjustment stand, and it also is 1080p. However, this monitor has a 75 Hz refresh rate instead of a 60 Hz refresh rate. Pictures will look a lot smoother than that of a 60 Hz monitor because the screen is now refreshing itself 75 times per second instead of 60. This monitor will be great to game on, even more so than the first one, because it's more targeted towards gamers. Again, you can pick this monitor up for about $150 on Amazon. Up next, if you'd like a monitor with a way higher refresh rate but don't want to break the bank, then the Acer XFA 240 is something you might want to consider. This monitor is heavily targeted towards gamers, but for the most part, its spec sheet is pretty normal. It has a 1080p resolution once again, it has a tilt and height adjustment stand. However, something this monitor adds on is a 144 Hz refresh rate instead of a 60 Hz or 75 Hz refresh rate. A 144 Hz refresh rate ensures silky smooth gaming because now the screen refreshes itself 144 times per second instead of 60 or 75. This monitor would be the route to go if you are looking to do things like competitive gaming in games such as Counter-Strike, Fortnite, or PUBG, because games like those will utilize a higher frame rate very well. Plus, this monitor has a 1 millisecond response time, so that's also a bonus. You can pick this monitor up for about $200 on Amazon. If you'd rather have a higher resolution over a higher refresh rate, then you might prefer the Acer G25-7HU monitor for about $230. So the Acer G25-7HU isn't necessarily a gaming monitor, but if you want a game in a higher resolution, then it could be for you. It has a 1440p resolution instead of a 1080p resolution, so it's perfect for graphics cards such as the GTX 1070. And with the 1440p resolution, games will look a lot sharper and more realistic. However, some drawbacks are it has no higher refresh rate, so it's not a great monitor for gaming, and it's not tilt and height adjustable. So if that's a deal breaker for you, then you're out of luck. However, even though this monitor isn't necessarily targeted towards gamers, it will suffice just fine. You can use this monitor for games that don't necessarily need a higher refresh rate, or even for shooters if you can handle not having over 60 FPS. You can pick this monitor up for about $230 on Amazon. And last but not least, if you're looking to go the ultra-wide route, then the LG 25 UM58 might be the right monitor for you. The LG25 is an entry-level ultra-wide monitor. Ultra-wide means that the monitor has an aspect ratio of 21:9 instead of 16:9. So as expected, you'll be able to see a lot more of the picture on the sides of the monitor, and overall, it's a lot more, well, wider. This monitor is 25 inches and has a resolution of 2560 by 1080, so it will look great in games. However, once again, some drawbacks are it's only 60 Hz, so it's not exactly suitable for fast-paced gamers. It's only 1080p, so the photo won't look extremely sharp. And 25 inches for an ultra-wide monitor is kind of small. And last but not least, ultra-wide monitors aren't supported in a lot of games. So you're going to be dealing with a lot of incompatibilities and glitches in your games if you do decide to pick this monitor up, at least if you play games that don't necessarily support ultra-wide. But if you can deal with the drawbacks from this monitor will be a great deal for you. You can pick this monitor up for about $160 on Amazon. So out of all those monitors that I just mentioned, the one that I probably recommend the most is probably the Acer XFA240. Just because it's more targeted towards gamers and it has a higher refresh rate, so that is a very, very big bonus when it comes to gaming. And since this is a gaming monitor video, that's probably the one that I recommend the most out of all 5 of those. However, any 5 of those will do just fine for gaming. So that's really it for today's video. All of these monitors will be linked down below in the description if you want to check them out. Please tell me what you thought about this list in the comments down below, and while you're there, please subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't already. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and tell me what you'd like to see from me next time down in the comments below, and I will see you all later. Bye guys.